Welcome back to the Salon Owners Holistic Blueprint podcast. I'm your hostess, Jacqueline Rodriguez, and I am really excited about this episode because I am here with my team of the Green Beauty community, and we are going to dive into a really special sustainability guidebook that we now have on the Green Beauty community website. And it's just been such a labor of love. And I wanted to talk to the team and share what we have been doing behind the scenes. Like, what does it all look like and why we even did this? I'm Jacqueline Rodriguez, your host. And join me each week as we explore wellness, sustainability, and business success. Everything from attracting conscious clients to adopting eco-friendly practices. We're going to cover it all to elevate your salon business. Welcome back to the Salon Owners Holistic Blueprint podcast. I'm your hostess, Jacqueline Rodriguez, and I am really excited about this episode because I am here with my team of the Green Beauty community, and we are going to dive into a really special sustainability guidebook that we now have on the Green Beauty community website. And it's just been such a labor of love. And I wanted to talk to the team and share what we have been doing behind the scenes. Like, what does it all look like and why we even did this? So, first, I would like to welcome the team. So, Daniel, please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daniel. I am one of the founders of the Green Beauty community, and also own another business called the Salon Chair Guys, where we upcycle and restore barber furniture and salon furniture.
Maisie, you want to go next?
Sure. My name is Maisie Heidman. I'm a salon owner in Oklahoma City, Sustain Salon, and I also do like online salon consulting for other salons that want to do recycling and sustainability as well.
Love it. And Hannah.
Hi, my name is Hannah. I founded my business Salon Environment, which is curated education for the salon professional and how they can reduce their waste in their salons.
Amazing. And this, we've been on the podcast before and talked about why we came together and the Green Beauty community and how we, really put a lot of work into all of that and why it was so important. But I would love to hear, like, it has been almost a year. Like, we're coming up on the year
Yeah.
of the Green Beauty community being fully launched and us being out there. And I would just love to hear what the experience has been like for each of you before we dive into the guidebook.
Oh, I guess I'll go first. Uh, I mean, it's been great. It's definitely been a labor of love, but it's been really exciting to see everyone be engaged with us on sustainability and beauty, the partnerships that we've built, the community members that we know really well now after all this time and recognize their faces and their content. And, when they come to our meetups, I mean, that's always great because it's like seeing old friends at this point, and getting more familiar with the community. So it's been good. I'm enjoying it. And we were just getting started. So that's the cool part of it for me as well.
Yes, we are. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next. So it's been like a lot of work and time, and we've all been like behind the scenes together, and it's been really nice to build a relationship with all of you guys. We're like besties for the rest, we'll always be friends no matter what. And I just feel like I actually have somebody to talk to about all this nerdy stuff that I like to talk about. And, you know, that's been really fulfilling for me because before this, it was like, I mean, I knew Hannah for a little while, but she was like the only person that I could talk to about like trash and recycling and stuff like that. And I just feel so passionately about it. And so it's given me a place where I can express my passion for sustainability in the beauty industry and like why it's so important to me. So it's been like a very fulfilling experience.
Love it. Hannah?
Yeah, this really has been such an incredible year, I feel like. And yes, I mean, kind of to reiterate, yes, it's been a labor of love, and yes, it's been a lot of like time and effort, but it's been really incredible to just see I mean, like, wow, it's been 11 months, or, almost 10, or, maybe a little closer to 10 months since we kind of all first got together. So it's just, you don't really see, at least me personally, I've never really seen projects move like this. And, getting to work alongside you guys just really feels kind of like working with like better versions of my better versions of myself, because it truly is, it's so easy to talk to you guys. It's so interesting what different perspectives we bring. um and like we really do have such a fun community. Like we really aren't alone anymore. We finally have a place where we can all connect and just talk about what we're doing, all separately in such a cool, safe space. And be able to, I feel like things just really move along quicker. And when people get to essentially pick each other's brains. So it's cool that, we have ourselves, and then we've like multiplied that by, right now hundreds of people. And like Daniel said, like we're just getting started. What a cool thing.
It really is. It's so cool to see how many people have come on board. And I think that for me is, again, we're not alone. Like we have found, with you three here, I feel like I have a safe space. I can talk to you all about anything. And we have the same mission where we really are just heart driven. This is something that we were all passionate about before we got together. Now, together, we have been able to push this idea and the mission at light speed. I mean, it has gone by so fast, and most businesses don't move this fast. Now, I am one of those people. I am a fast mover. It's just in my nature. I can't help it. I always have been, and nobody ever understood me. Nobody ever understood me, and I feel so supported and understood. And that, the coolest thing for me is that we see so many beauty professionals, salon owners, suite owners out there who really are interested and want to be, learning about it, in the know, want to be a part of the community. And before, we didn't have a place to be able to find each other. You could find different brands that have like-minded, but it was kind of all separate. We've been able to create something that brings everyone together, which to me is the coolest thing. And I love the connections and the relationships that we've been able to create. So that has been my experience. And we are just getting started. Like, this is just the beginning. We have so much more room to grow and so many more ideas, right? And things that we want to accomplish, because everything we've been doing has been heart centered, where we want to give and we want to bring people together. And for me, that was really the basis behind the guidebook as well. So that is a really cool thing, to be able to get that together and be able to provide the industry with truly heartfelt, amazing information to help them on their journey with sustainability and clean and green and all of these things. So, I want to talk about, like, maybe give a quick overview of what this guidebook is going to do for the industry. Like, what is the significance behind it all? So I don't know do you want to answer, Daniel?
I guess I'll start. For me, the guidebook is kind of like we just gathered all the information that we always talk about and that we all know, and some of the things we've written about, and just kind of put it all in one place. So if you're in the beauty industry and you're a professional and you're interested in being more sustainable, or you don't know how to start, then we have kind of mapped it out for you. There's actionable things as small as unplugging your hot tools to, picking different companies for your recycling or waste management or color management. So, I mean, we just tried to take all the information that we have gathered over this time and put it in one place. And I think that's kind of, the running theme of everything that we're trying to do, just to take it all and put it in one place so it's easier to find, consume, and be a part of and learn and meet others. And so that's kind of what it means to me.
I think what's cool about it too is because there really wasn't something, there's like you said, there's things kind of everywhere, but there's also not a ton of how it relates to the beauty industry, especially for, especially just for individual beauty professionals, whether you're, in a salon or whether you're in a suite or you're, doing it in your basement. There wasn't really anything like that until kind of recently. But, sort of what was said before, it would be associated with some sort of brand or, a business service of some kind, which is all really great, but it's not always accessible. And I feel like this is just because it's just kind of ground level. I mean, right? We say all the time, like we're essentially a grassroots organization. It really does have a good baseline. Plus, like some, refilling wasn't totally a concept for the beauty industry until maybe the last 5 years, honestly. Now we're seeing more brands talking about it. We're seeing more even just in-store options for that. As well as, products made out of bamboo that maybe were made out of plastic. There's more options for that. Right? So there's more opportunity and accessibility there for just your average stylist, which is pretty cool.
I really love that the guide really brings it back to a level of understanding that if you had no idea what anything meant, any of these words meant, or even if you aren't in the beauty industry and you want to know what some of these things are, it's just really easy to understand, and it's really simple, and it's just back to the basics, and it's not long drawn out explanations of things that my ADHD brain cannot read. So I really love the simplicity of our guide, and I think anybody can learn from this. And sometimes when I'm talking to people or when I educate somebody on some of these things that are in the guide, I have a hard time explaining in a way that I haven't been doing this for a long time. I forget because I've been doing it so long that I just you automatically go to that brain. But this guide really takes you back to the basics, to the beginning, and where you can start. And so I appreciate the simplicity and the way it's really easily understood and written. So
And that is the great thing, is no matter where you're starting on your journey, if you're starting brand new, this is something you can easily understand, get the basis of all the terminology and everything. Because even for people who've been in it a long time, unless you're really in the right places, you may not know what all the terminology really means. So this helps simplify everything. And then no matter where you're at on your journey, you can find something whether you're just getting started, or maybe you've been in the game for a while and you're looking to expand on what's possible, right? It does really bridge that gap between everyone, and it's not based on any specific products or anything like that. It is pure knowledge that will help you move forward on your sustainability game, because that is the key to it. Every little tiny small step that you take and you implement into your business is going to create that lasting compound effect. And if we can just get the beauty industry to take one thing from the guidebook or from our, webinars or any of the platforms that we are, on there educating, just take one thing away and start implementing that, we are going to start seeing massive change just from one thing here and there. You don't have to try to do it all, which we always talk about progress over perfection.
Definitely. And the cool thing about it is it's free. We're not trying to sell you
Yeah.
anything. You just go to the page and download it. There's no, subscription you have to sign up for. There's no, any other.
No gatekeeping.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
just come in and get the knowledge, and that's the way we want to keep it. So
Yeah.
And it's an ever living document. So there, I mean, right, this movement moves so quickly because we're quickly learning what's effective and what's not. And we're getting, just kind of faster technology in general. So, whether we're using AI or we're using machines or systems or whatever, we're again quickly learning what works and what doesn't, and what's easy for the public and what's not. So, right. So saying that, this document will change throughout the years. I mean, because there's always going to be things that change. So it doesn't have to be so stagnant. And, always open for suggestions as well too, because there are some things that, maybe are important to talk about, but maybe it's just not really well discussed. So, so that's also an open invitation if someone wants to learn about something, or they're like, hey, I think it would be really beneficial to add this, whatever it is. We want people to talk about that. We want people to tell us, or Pivot Point, who is also, we're really, really happy and lucky that we have gotten to work with them on this. Like, they've been so instrumental on this, and we know this has been a labor of love for them as well too, and they've been excited to do something like this too. So obviously open invitation, contact us, contact Pivot Point if you want to see something, maybe a little different in this, or something new in this guide that we can, touch base on more.
Well, and with that, the next question was going to be, who were we working with on this? So we worked with Pivot Point, and I'd love to hear too from each of you, or Daniel, or whoever wants to take this on, why we chose to work with Pivot Point, and what does that actually mean, and what are their bases for anyone who doesn't know, right?
I'll I'll start. I mean, Pivot Point, when it comes to education, is top tier. I mean, their programs are in schools around the world. There's other brands that use their education as well. They have over 100,000 student accounts. I mean, so for us, the reach is amazing, because that means that we can reach professional beauty students early in their careers and start to give them the knowledge of how to be more sustainable before they even hit the street. And for me, that's just amazing.
Yeah. Well, there's so much that is possible, and we know that we don't learn everything we should or could in beauty school. So the more that we can educate on, even just raising the awareness that this is not only possible, it's easy, and there's blueprints out there to help them actually take the steps. And whether it is that they want to come out of beauty school and have their own, or they want to, either start a salon or have a suite or go work for someone, there are guidelines and a blueprint of what to look for, even if you are going out and looking for a commission or a booth rental salon. You now know what is possible. And being able to have that knowledge coming into this industry fresh and excited and ready to go is so amazing. You see some of these new students and they're just fired up. That is awesome for them to be able to like then take this whole sustainability, clean and green beauty to the next level, because that's really what it's all about. This episode is brought to you by the Green Beauty Community, a vibrant, exclusive platform dedicated to connecting individuals and brands who share a passion for sustainable beauty. They strive to inspire, educate, and empower each member to make informed choices that celebrate beauty while respecting our planet. Become a green beauty advocate by joining the community today. Help us transform the beauty industry. Get access to sustainable education, connect with sustainable brands, and learn more about eco-friendly practices. Click the link in the show notes to get your exclusive discount code today.
I
I think
think,
that's really important to them,
oh,
Yeah.
go ahead,
the
sorry.
environment. No, that's it.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say the same thing, like, a lot of the younger people these days care about like ethical standards and like our environment and things like that and protecting ourselves. And so I think it's really great that we wrote this, like we had so much help from a company that really like through and through has high standards for themselves and their company, like learning about the way that they manufacture things and how everybody there has gone to hair school. And this is a company that really understands our industry, and they like, you cannot work for them unless you do understand our industry. And so I think it's just really amazing that we got to work with them. It's like kind of an honor, of course. It's not kind of an honor. It truly is an honor. And when we first introduced ourselves to the reps from Pivot Point at the PBA Summit, it felt very natural and fluid, our conversation, and it just kind of evolved, talking with Steve and everyone. So I don't know. I feel lucky, and like this is a very good piece of education, and I'm very excited to be a part of it. I feel honored to be a part of it and work with Pivot Point. Like they're an amazing company. So
And not to mention all the sustainability incentives that they actually have in their company and what they have put towards actually making change in the industry. So they line up beautifully with everything that we're trying to teach, and they're walking the walk. They're talking the talk. They're out there actively trying to make the industry better. So for us to be able to work with them, it's such an honor, and it just is very exciting for what that means for the industry too. Yeah, I love it. So with the guidebook, so let's see, it's collaboration. We're talking about clean, we're talking about green. Like, what other things can they expect in this guidebook to really look for and that will help them grow their business or grow their craft?
There is a section on innovative new products. So you can see exactly what's new and what's coming next. We talk a little bit about AI and about recycling sorting and how that could possibly be a thing that helps in the future. There's a glossary of terms. So if you're not familiar with the terms of sustainability, you can easily go through and educate yourself. All the links are clickable, so you can click on one link and easily find something in the front or back of the guidebook. So it's really easy to read. And there's a checklist as well. So if you want to start building or mapping out exactly how you're going to be more sustainable in your salon, barbershop, spa, you can use a checklist. And overall, it's a really great resource, and we were lucky to be able to be a part of it, creating it.
I also love our partners that are in the back of it because I mean, we also are really lucky to be just working alongside a lot of um honestly industry giants that especially have a focus on sustainability. Um whether or not that's who you do want to work with, I think it's still a really great door opener of like, wow, there are businesses and brands that do exist that follow a lot of the, whether it's sustainable packaging, whether it's recycling, whether it's clean beauty. There's just so many different, I feel like it's a really great door opener of what is out there in the industry. Like I know personally before, working with you guys, Maisie and I actually, because we knew each other, we talked a lot about salon recycling. We talked a lot about material science, but clean beauty, never heard of her. Don't know who that is, So, and like, what a great, I mean, Jacqueline, you helped me so much with that, but also just being a part of this community and also because being a part of this community and there are brands that are like, hey, we want to work with you on this. We want to help you. We want to, help spread your message. And, obviously we as GBC want to help them spread their message as well too. I just think I think it's just a great conversation starter and door opener to such a different part of the industry, which makes it so cool. It's almost kind of like rediscovering the industry. I feel like I kind of feel like I just got out of beauty school and I'm ready to just take it on.
That's great.
Well, I think it's one of those things that we really, as GBC, we have focused all of our attention on bridging those gaps, breaking down those walls that separated everybody, right? And no different in this guidebook. We bring everything to the table, and whether it is products and how to do things and the glossary and all of these different pieces, we break down the walls of you have to either be sustainable or clean or green, or you have to be all three to play in this game or to have a seat at the table. And we know that it is impossible to be perfect. We know that we've got to start somewhere. And having the guidebook and knowing where to start, and then also seeing these big companies, because 12 years ago when I started my business, when I started my salon and I was switching everything over to clean, we didn't have those options. We did not have the options that we do today, but so many people don't even know that their options are out there because there's nowhere to really go and look for it. You got to know what you're looking for to be able to look for it. And then if you don't know how to do that, or you're not sure about the terms or what's happening, then you get led down this rabbit hole that sometimes is not always you saw Nala wants to be a part of the conversation too. You only get her tail though. So you get to see all of these great companies doing amazing things that is moving the needle forward, and they're choosing imperfection to actually make a difference instead of waiting till everything's perfect to launch anything or to get it out in front of in front of their audience. And that's where we start to see that it's hindering you if you're waiting. And I see a lot of salon owners coming through like the classes and the education and the academy where they don't know where to start, so they end up doing a lot of things behind the scene, being by themselves, not really having that type of support or documenting the journey, and then they don't even know how to get it out in front of the right people or talk to it about or to their clients about it or to their staff. And this just helps bridge all of that and bring it together so that you have more knowledge. And I do want to say, like, any salon owners, if you're getting this guidebook, share it with your team,
Mhm.
your clients too. Share it with your
Yeah.
clients. Your clients
Mhm.
love to see the education and the time that you're taking to perfect your craft. They love to see because they're learning on the journey with you. And that creates a different type of experience when they come into your salon, when they come into your chair. It does create an entirely different education for them that will create ripple effects because then they are armed with knowledge that they may not have known beforehand, and they go back to their house and they start talking to their friends and family and their best friends, and like it does make a huge difference. So I do encourage everyone to like share this. I know it's for beauty professionals, but everything in here is also great knowledge for an open-minded consumer. And that's what we're going to see the biggest change in the industry once we have tons of consumers demanding that we do better.
Yeah.
And then the bigger companies will make changes because of the demand. That's where we're at. So it's our responsibility to open those doors and start being the source of the education for that.
And it builds trust between the stylist and the guest and the client, you know. It really builds trust. And also it builds trust in the owners and the stylist. And it just kind of like is this whole trust bridge situation where everybody is trusting, and that's where like transparency comes through, and like teaching your clients about labeling standards and things like uh, even though Green Beauty Community was created towards like professionals, I tell a lot of my clients about it, and I really think that it applies to anybody, and they're always like, can I join? And I'm like, yeah, you can you can sign up if you want to. So,
Yeah.
you know, like even though it is for hair professionals or beauty professionals, I feel like this guide, all the topics can be for anybody who is curious about green, clean, and sustainable beauty, and just like packaging and labeling standards, and like just living a more wholesome lifestyle, I guess you could call
Yeah,
it.
we break down each of the certifications, tell you what they mean. So now you can look at your products and you can know what, 1% for the planet is different from vegan. That's different from USDA organic. I mean, so we try to pack as much information in here as possible to make it as valuable as possible to the reader. So we really hope you find value in it.
Yeah. Well, I know there's tons of value. I know we all are very excited to be a part of it and to get it out in front of more people. So I just want to say thank you first for showing up in my life and, letting me be a part of this team, and for just being the kick ass, amazing humans that you are. Because this is what we get to do, right? Like sometimes I feel like pinch me because this is really the impact that we get to have in the industry, and I'm loving every minute of it. Yes, there are hard things. Yes, there are things where I'm like, okay, let's, we'll get through everything. But 90% of the time, I am just so, so excited that this is what I get to do in my industry and in for my career. And I want to thank, you three here and everyone listening. Like this is the reason I do it, right? So just thank you. And then is there anything else that you would like to add about the mission of the guidebook or the Green Beauty community?
I'll just say I feel the same way and thank you as well. I mean, I came to you guys and I didn't have a clue how I was going to get this done or what it was going to look like, or even if, the idea was going to catch on or last, but um we all worked together and we made something, and it's out there and it's doing its job. And so I think we should all be proud, and I'm eternally grateful for for you guys coming into my life as well. So thank you.
Thanks, Daniel.
Thanks, Daniel.
No, this is like I
And
told
Maisie
Hannah.
and Jacqueline.
Yeah, I know.
I told Hannah
Group
the other
hugs.
day, I'm
Group
like,
hugs.
this isn't the Temptations where it's like David Ruffin and the Temptations. I'm not standing in front. Like
We
this
can
is
do that.
like
We're
this is a
all
team,
standing side
side
by
by
side.
side. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
I've
that was
always felt
cute.
that.
I liked that you guys said it at the same time.
It's almost
Really
like we finish
liked
each
it.
other's
Sandwiches?
sentences. I know, right?
Oh, guys, I
Good one.
love this. And thank you again for being on the podcast. Like, we could just, keep talking and keep
Yeah.
talking. Let us know where we can find the guidebook and where you can find each one of us individually.
Well, the guidebook you can find on the Green Beauty Community website. It's also in our Instagram bio as well. It's a simple download, one click, and it's on your phone, tablet, or computer. And yeah, you can find us at Green Beauty Community everywhere except Instagram, where we're Green Beauty Coalition. You cannot find us on X, and that is for a good reason. But other than that, yeah, we're out there. So please look us up and give us feedback. Send us messages and let us know what you think.
Yeah, for sure. Hannah, Maisie, do you want to tell us where we can find you too?
Sure. I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. I'm Sustainable Maisie. And my website is sustainablemaisie.com. So
And then I'm Salon Environment on all the socials, including my website as well too. So look at us, Maisie and I. We got one name.
one name.
That's amazing because I'm all over the place. I've got lots of things going on. And you can also find, I'm going to have the Green Beauty, or it's going to be in the show notes, the link to the guidebook. You can find it on my website as well as the Green Beauty Community. My website is cleanbeautybiz.com. You can find me as usual, Clean Beauty Biz Coach on all the socials. And we are all there to hear feedback. You can message any one of us on DM or email or whatever works for you. We'd love to hear feedback. Just I also would love to see who's getting it, how you're implementing this. Like, if you go on social media and you're telling us how you implement it, I'm totally just making this up on the fly, but I would love to do some sort of giveaway and like an hour of, you know, one-on-one coaching with me. Tag me in it. I want to see people using the guidebook and starting to implement it and starting to make a huge change in the industry. And I would totally love to do that. So I will put it in some sort of raffle. If you tag me on it, tag the Green Beauty Community, let us know how you're using it, and we'll do a giveaway. So
I'll throw in some stuff too.
okay. So that was totally on the fly. Everyone, nobody knew what was happening, but I was like, oh, it's a good idea. Let's do this.
It's all good.
Hey, it's recorded now, so no going back.
I'm on the hook for it. But no, I love it. I think that would be really cool. Just tag us on social media. Let's have some fun. We'll put together some goodies and we want to do some giveaways. Like, let's have fun with this. This gets to be something that you don't just download and read. Like, start putting one or two things into your business. You'll see huge movement in your salon, just you personally feeling better and clear about where you want to go, and then the impact on the industry and the planet. So
We should
thank
do
you
the
again.
giveaway in May. So then, sorry, you have to do it after Earth Month. You got to celebrate all year.
It's true.
Let's do that. Let's do May. Should we do May 1st or 5th? I don't know why 5th is popping into my head.
Well,
Cinco
I
de
guess
Mayo.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Cinco de Mayo. We will pull a winner. Just make sure you tag us and we'll celebrate with green margaritas.
Yes.
There we go.
It's a party now.
Oh my gosh, I'm loving this off script. Whatever sticks.
Awesome. It works. So that's what we do. We have fun on the podcast and we will wrap here. So I do mean it. Like the offer stands. Tag us on social media with the things that you're implementing from the guidebook. You know, how you any feedback, you know, message us and we will do a drawing on May 5th for one winner to win some really great goodies from myself, Green Beauty Community, and let's have fun with this because the more we spread the word, the more the impact is going to actually take place. So all right. Thank you so much. And make sure you tune in to our next episode next week. Thank you for tuning in to the Salon Owner's Holistic Blueprint. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow and subscribe. Until next time, stay inspired, stay passionate, and keep thriving in the world of holistic beauty.